Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ikea. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Today's video is all about date night vibes. So my favorite fragrances that I like to wear are ones that you can wear during date nights. I love a sexy, sensual fragrance. So I'm going to be sharing with you 10 of my favorite sexy date night fragrances. So if that's something that you're interested in, then keep on watching. And before we get started, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, of course. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel and do not forget to click on that notification bell so you do not miss out on a single video. All right, y'all, so I have a good variety of fragrances that I want to share with you. There's about 10 of them, and it ranges from some that are like super spicy, deep, and warm, and then there's some that are really sweet. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the first one that I want to share, that being from Kilian, and this is Angel Share. I feel like Angel Share has become really popular, and for a good reason. This is such a beautiful gourmand. It's boozy and it's very sweet. There's cognac in here, tonka bean, cinnamon, vanilla, and it is honestly like one of the most delicious gourmand fragrances that I have smelled. It reminds me of a cinnamon donut, and I always look forward to the cooler months when I can pull this baby out. This is one of those fragrances that really stands out in the cooler months. I probably wouldn't wear this in the spring or the summer because it is very warm and very deep, and it's also really boozy. But this is such a sensual, sexy fragrance. I get a ton of compliments on this one, and I just love it so much. If you're a gourmand lover and you want something that's a little unique and not like super vanillic, this is more on like a boozy cinnamon side, I would definitely recommend Angel Share from Kilian. So this next fragrance is from the house of Sillage, and this is Passions de l'Amour. Y'all, this is my favorite fragrance from House of Sillage. I have a huge House of Sillage collection, and I'll actually probably do a video on all of my cupcakes because I did one previously. I'll link it for you above, but I have an updated collection, and I'll probably do an updated video to let y'all know my favorites and what I think about the cupcakes. But my absolute favorite is Passions de l'Amour. This is such a beautiful, sensual, sexy, sweet fragrance. Now, this is an oud fragrance. Oud is one of the main notes in here, but there's also vanilla and raspberry, some saffron, lily, jasmine. This is such a beautiful fragrance. If you're not really into oud, I would still recommend this fragrance because this is more of like a sweeter oud fragrance. It's not super woody. Sometimes oud can be very woody and a little scratchy. This one is very smooth, and it's more sweet than anything, but I just am so in love with this fragrance. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely divine. It's so divine and delicious. I also get a ton of compliments on this one. This one I like to wear if I'm on vacation. I feel like this just gives me a vacation vibe. Even looking at the packaging reminds me of vacation, but it is such a sensual, sexy fragrance and very perfect for date night as well. Now, this next fragrance is also from House of Sillage, and this one is a little bit different than Passions de l'Amour. This is Whispers of Truth Noir, and this is a beautiful smoky fragrance. There's suede in here, there's smoke and leather. There's also some caramel in here. There's some floral notes like jasmine. This is really beautiful, but I'll be honest, this is probably one I wouldn't recommend as a blind buy because it is very unique. If you don't like smoky leather fragrances, this one is not going to be for you because the smoke is heavy, okay? It is smoking hot is what I like to say. It is absolutely beautiful though, and it's very unique, but I do feel like a specific type of palate would appreciate this one. It's not for the masses, but I definitely enjoy this. Again, it's very smoky, and that leather with the suede is pretty heavy in this fragrance, but I absolutely love it. It is so beautiful, and I think of this fragrance of wearing like all black, like even a black leather outfit, keeping it very like grunge and edgy. That's kind of like an outfit that I would probably wear if I had this fragrance on, but it is absolutely beautiful and I love it. So again, this one is Whispers of Truth Noir from House of Sillage. All right, y'all. So the next fragrance is none other than Gris Charnel from BDK. Y'all have heard me talk about this fragrance on this channel quite a bit, and for very good reason, because it is so beautiful. This is a nice unisex fragrance, and to me it is really, really unique. It's warm, it's spicy, but it's also a little aromatic. So in this fragrance, there's black tea, there's some cardamom and fig in here. There's also vetiver, and I love vetiver, especially when it's a little smoky. This is such a unique fragrance, and again, it's unisex, so you can share this with your significant other if you like. But I love this so, so much. I get a ton of compliments on this one as well. And I just feel like if you're going for something unique for a date night, I would definitely recommend this one. Definitely can wear this with like a very sensual little black dress, or, you know, a little freakum dress. That I would definitely say that's the kind of vibe that Gris Charnel gives me. It is very, very unique. So beautiful, so, so sexy. Now, I would probably recommend this as a blind buy, especially if you like unisex fragrances. That black tea is so beautifully done in this fragrance, and the fig. I believe there's also ginger in here as well, and it is just so beautiful. They're balanced so nicely together. To me, it becomes like this really fresh scent once it dries down. But again, y'all, it's so sexy, so divine, and I honestly cannot get enough of it. It is my absolute favorite fragrance from BDK, and I'm just so in love. So this one is Gris Charnel from BDK. Perfect for date nights, and definitely perfect if you want to get that little freakum dress out. All right, y'all. So I feel like we cannot discuss sexy date night fragrances without mentioning this baby right here. Like, when I think about a date night fragrance, this automatically comes to mind, and this is Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. Oh my goodness. So, so delicious and beautiful. When I smell this fragrance, my mouth waters. It is this very deep and sensual cherry fragrance that has a little bit of vanilla. It's also a little boozy. It's so sexy. Now, I know a lot of people gripe and complain about the performance of this fragrance, and honestly, I do not mind. I will repurchase this over and over again. I will respray it over and over again and drench my body in it. I don't mind, but I just love Lost Cherry oh so much. It's just absolutely beautiful. This is actually probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite fragrance from Tom Ford, especially from their private blend. It's just so sexy and seductive and alluring. Like, if you want to be mysterious and you want to like command attention and you want people to just smell you when you walk in the room, that's definitely the vibe that Lost Cherry is giving. So it has a beautiful sour cherry note in it. There's also some almond in here. There's a little bit of liqueur, which makes it a little boozy. There's vanilla and tonka bean. And again, it's so sexy. Like, this screams sexy date night. It is just so appropriate if you're going to like a really nice upscale event, or you just want to, you know, show out. Okay, if you just want to show out, I definitely would recommend checking out Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. It is absolutely beautiful, and again, I will repurchase this over and over again. So this next fragrance right here is so sexy, okay? This is like a spicy, sexy fragrance. It is very spicy, actually. So this is Invite Only from Ikea Alexis, and to me, this fragrance is Tom Ford's Lost Cherry meets Killian's Angel Share. I feel like if they came together and had a baby, it would be Invite Only. Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but it gives me very similar vibes to Lost Cherry and to Angels Share. There's this beautiful cherry note in the opening of this fragrance. There's also a little bit of cinnamon, some vanilla, there's some jasmine in here. There's a little bit of oud in this fragrance as well. It's very faint. It kind of plays in the background, but it's still there. This is such a beautiful fragrance. I know Kayali came out with this one last year, and honestly, I'm obsessed with it. I got to wear this a few times last year when I went out for date nights. When I went to Vegas, I wore this, and honestly, it was a #1 compliment getter. So a little tip, I actually like to layer this with Tom Ford's Lost Cherry because they both share a beautiful cherry note. And when I tell y'all that combination, it is like no other. But honestly, on its own, it still smells really, really divine. Again, I've received a ton of compliments on this fragrance. I've worn this out so many times, and I absolutely love it. Kayali they do fragrances really well, in my opinion, and this one I feel like they did a fantastic job on. So again, this one is invite only from Kayali. All right, y'all. This fragrance right here is not for the play, okay? If you're stepping into date nights and you aren't playing no games, okay? You are definitely not playing any games. This one is definitely for you. This is Oud Satin Mood from Mason Francis Kurkdjian. And when I tell y'all, this screams sexy and sensual. It is very deep. Very, very deep. It has got this beautiful oud note in it and some vanilla and Turkish rose. And I love it so much. Now, this one, again, is not for the play. This is not for the faint at heart. If you like very subtle fragrances, this one is not for you. Honestly, though, I probably wouldn't even recommend this as a blind buy because it's very, very unique, but it's very deep. And the oud is there, okay? So if you don't like oud, I don't think this one is going to be for you, but this is so sensual and seductive. This commands attention. If you want a fragrance that introduces you before you even walk into a room, that's what Oud Satin Mood is. It's a beautiful unisex fragrance, and I feel like it really does smell great on everybody, but man, this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. It is absolutely sexy, and this is beast mode. This is probably one of the most beast mode performing fragrances I have in my collection. So I would not overspray this at all. It definitely lingers. If you spray this on your clothes, it's going to be on your clothes for days. It is just so captivating. It's strong. It commands attention. So again, if you want a fragrance that introduces you before you even walk in a room, or you want a fragrance where people stop and be like, hey, what do you have on? What is that? Something smells good from a mile away. This is definitely that fragrance. It's perfect for date night. And honestly, if you want to just like lure them in, again, if you want to be mysterious, this is the one. This one again is Oud Satin Mood from Mason Francis Kurkdjian. So this next fragrance is from Bond No. 9 New York, and this is Tribeca. This is a beautiful, sweet, amber, slightly woody fragrance. So in here, there's a little bit of cocoa. There's some caramel in here, hazelnut. There is jasmine in here as well as ambroxan. And this is such a beautiful fragrance. Now, this one isn't like super deep. This is actually more on the lighter side to me. But it is so beautiful. It's sweet, and I still think that this is very sensual. Now, this is a great date night fragrance, and I probably would say you can get away with wearing this during the day as well. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, people compare this to Baccarat Rouge 540, which I can kind of get the similarity because of that ambroxan note, but I do still feel like this has its own DNA. In the opening, it does kind of remind me of Baccarat, but then when it dries down, it becomes this beautiful, sweet, even almost soapy fragrance. I absolutely love this. This is definitely blind buy worthy to me. I feel like this one is great for the masses. Even if you're doing something for date night that's somewhat casual, this is a great fragrance for that as well. You'll still receive compliments, and I do still feel like this fragrance performs really well, but this is something that's more on the casual vibe. It's still very sexy, but maybe you're going to the movies or you're just doing like a quick dinner and nothing like super fancy, then I would definitely recommend Tribeca from Bond Number 9. All right, so I also have another fragrance from Bond Number 9 that I love and think is perfect as a sexy date night fragrance. This is Greenwich Village, and ooh, Greenwich Village is that girl. Okay, she is that girl. I actually just recently introduced this one on my channel in a haul that I'll link for you all if you want to check that out. But again, Greenwich Village is that girl. This is a beautiful floral fragrance, which is also sweet as well. This has lychee, there's some peony in here, jasmine, there's also praline, musk, vanilla. It is absolutely divine. Now, when I tell you a fragrance that lingers, this baby lingers. I sprayed this and I got in my vehicle, and honestly, every time I get in my car, I still smell this fragrance. It is absolutely beautiful, so I don't mind that it lingers, but man, it is so good. This is my absolute favorite fragrance from Bond Number 9. It is so beautiful. I believe that this also has Ambroxan in it, and some people compare this to Baccarat Rouge 540 as well. Now, to me, this doesn't really compare to Baccarat. I feel like this has its own DNA, whereas Tribeca, to me, kind of compares to Baccarat a little bit. This one is just very sweet, and it has these beautiful floral notes in it that is absolutely divine. This is also a unisex fragrance, but to me, this leans a little bit more feminine. I don't know, maybe it's just what it brings out on my skin. To me, more of those floral notes and even that lychee kind of stands out. And then when it dries down, that praline, that praline definitely kicks in, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you want something that's sweet and flirtatious, I mean very flirtatious, then I would definitely recommend Greenwich Village from Bond Number 9. All right, y'all, so the last fragrance that I want to share as one of my favorites for date night is none other than C from Giorgio Armani. Ugh, do we love C? This is absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful warm floral fragrance, which is a tad bit woody, and to me it's also a little spicy. So in here there's cassis, there's also some May rose, there's a little bit of jasmine in here, as well as vanilla and patchouli, and there's also some woody notes in this fragrance. This is just so captivating. This is so sexy and sensual and very flirtatious. To me, this is like a really nice feminine fragrance, and some people wear this during the daytime. I personally don't wear it in the day. I do like to wear it at nighttime, but it is very feminine to me. The floral notes really stand out, and you get that little punch of woodiness in the fragrance. I love this so much. Whenever I talk about this fragrance, I just get so excited because I'm obsessed with it. It's my absolute favorite fragrance, and I always get my good use out of this during date nights. This is the fragrance that I've been wearing for years, whether I'm going on dates, whether I'm doing like a girls' night. This is the vibe for me. Whenever I smell this fragrance, I think about a little black dress, or even like something red and vibrant and bold, but very sensual. And I just absolutely love this. I feel like this also commands attention, and you will get a ton of compliments on this one as well. This is oh so sexy, very feminine, and very flirtatious. So again, this is C from Giorgio Armani. All right, y'all, so those were 10 of my favorite sexy date night fragrances that I'm definitely wearing right now. I'll be wearing them all year round, and I will probably be drenching myself in all of those fragrances. Comment down below though and let me know, what is one of your favorite date night fragrances? A, y'all know I'm nosy, and B, I just want to know what you all are interested in as well. But that is everything. I thank y'all so much for watching this video. Again, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it, of course. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to check me out on social media. My Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok will all be linked down below in the description box so that you can check it out as well. I thank y'all so much. I hope you have a great one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.